Hi! Today on Araw-Araw Filipino, we will continue to learn about causative verbs. Our words today are let and allow. From our previous lessons, we learned that causative verbs are verbs that show the cause of an action. Here are the most common causative verbs in the English language: have, get, make, force, and require. We have learned these causative verbs in Filipino in our previous two lessons. The focus of this lesson is on the words let and allow. Let us look at the word allow. Here are some example sentences. She allowed the kid to play. Pinayagan niyang maglaro ang bata. She is Nia. We attach an ng there to make it easier for us to roll it in our tongue to say niyang maglaro. Allowed, pinayagan. The, ang. Kid, bata. To play, maglaro. Here is another one. She is allowing the kid to play. Pinapayagan niyang maglaro ang bata. So the present tense, allowing, is pinapayagan. What about the future tense? She will allow the kid to play. Papayagan niyang maglaro ang bata. Will allow, papayagan. And last, the infinitive or imperative form is she wants to allow the kid to play. Gusto niyang payagang maglaro ang bata. Wants, gusto. To allow, payagang. Note the G that we attach to the word payagan. Again, like the ng, it is just to help us roll it better in our tongue to say payagang maglaro. Let us look at that first sentence again. She allowed the kid to play. Pinayagan niyang maglaro ang bata. We can expand this to say, she allowed the kid to play soccer. Pinayagan niyang maglaro ang bata ng soccer. And the format here is we start the sentence with the causative verb, which is pinayagan, plus the cause of the action, which is niya, plus the action itself, which is maglaro, plus the doer of the action, which is bata. And last, we added an object of the action, which is soccer. In this sentence format, you can see that the action word maglaro comes before the doer, which is bata. We can swap them around and it's still fine. We can say, pinayagan niya ang batang maglaro ng soccer. So, bata, the doer, comes before the action maglaro. Our format changed to causative verb first, pinayagan, plus the cause, which is niya, plus the doer of the action, which is bata, plus the action word itself, which is maglaro, and last is the object of the action, which is soccer. In our example sentences, we applied conjugation or pagbanghay to the word allow, which is actually payagan. So, the past tense of allow or payagan is allowed, and we use in, the infix in, between the first two letters of the first syllable of the word payagan. So, pa, plus in plus ayagan, pinayagan. For the present tense, what we do is, again, we insert an in between the first two letters of the first syllable of the root word payagan, and we added the root word at the end, pinapayagan. The future tense, what we do is we simply repeat the first two letters of the first syllable of the root word, and then we add the root word, papayagan. For the infinitive or imperative form, to allow, we simply say the root word, payagan. Now let us look at the word let. In English, we can use allow and let interchangeably. And in Filipino, we even have the same word for it. We still use the word payagan. Here are some examples. I let my child watch TV. Pinayagan kong manood ng TV ang anak ko. I ko. Let, pinayagan. My ko. Child, anak. Watch, manood. I am letting my child watch TV. Pinapayagan kong manood ng TV ang anak ko. I am ko. Letting, pinapayagan. I will let my child watch TV. Papayagan kong manood ng TV ang anak ko. Will let, papayagan. I don't want to let my child watch TV. Ayaw kong payagang manood ng TV ang anak ko. Don't want, ayaw. To let, payagan. Let's look at these two sentences. As languages evolve all the time, Filipino also has evolved, especially everyday Filipino. And we have learned to make shortcuts. So look at that first sentence. I let my child watch TV. Pinayagan kong manood ng TV ang anak ko. The shortcut is, pinanood ko ng TV ang anak ko. So let and watch, we combined it to say, pinanood. How about the next one? I am letting my child watch TV. Pinapayagan kong manood ng TV ang anak ko. The shortcut is, pinapanood ko ng TV ang anak ko. Letting someone watch is, pinapanood. So the shortcut is, of course, not formal Filipino, but it is common to hear it in everyday Filipino. Let us complete the tenses for these shortcut words. I will let my child watch TV. Papanoorin ko ng TV ang anak ko. So, will, let, watch, papanoorin. And did you notice that we replaced the letter D in nood with a letter R? In previous lessons, we discussed that this happens because it is easier for us to say noorin instead of noodin. But either way is fine. I don't want to let my child watch TV. Ayaw kong panoorin ng TV ang anak ko. to let, watch, panoorin. The word let is used for saying that we allow or permit an action. But we also use it to say we are letting someone be. I let him be. Hinayaan ko siya. I ko. Let be, hinayaan. Him, siya. I am letting him be. Hinahayaan ko siya. Letting be, hinahayaan. I will let him be. Hahayaan ko siya. Will let be, hahayaan. I want to let him be. Gusto ko siyang hayaan. To let be, hayaan. Now here are some words or mga salita which you can use to practice talking about what you let or allow other people to do in Filipino. Eat, kain. Drink, inom. Choose, pili. Leave, alis. That is our lesson today. I hope you found it useful. And for your homework, as usual, write and talk about actions that you let or allow others to do using the Filipino language. Have fun! I hope you can join us again next time on Araw-Araw Filipino. Thank you. Salamat po. Now, a few words from my son, Max.
Thought this video was cool? Watch the next one and like and subscribe the channel too if you haven't yet.
Bye-bye!
Bye!